Word, son. What do you do, YouTube? It's your boy, Jadavine. All right, man, before we get into this video, make sure to like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. Without further ado, let's get up into it. All right, man, so we have here another iteration of Madden 26, but I want to talk about why there's so many dropped interceptions in Madden 26. Now, this is on comp, right? I think if you saw the last video about me talking about scripting, this is the same game. This is a little earlier in the game, as you can clearly see. But there's this phenomenon going on in college football and in Madden that we have an all-time high, or what I would think would be an all-time high, of dropped interceptions. Now, before y'all start saying, "Oh, that's realistic," hold on, hear me out. They always say we had arcade, competitive, and simulation, right? Arcade was pretty much just anything goes, have fun, whatever, expect the wacky stuff, whoop-de-doo, right? Whoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying? So we have, not arcade, competitive, right? Competitive is user skills matter, stick skills matter. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is in a nutshell, right? Everything is solely dependent on you. They don't want you relying on a computer so much. Everything is solely dependent on you. If you got great user skills, you will be ahead of the next player. Like you separate yourself from the pack if you have great user skills, great stick skills. That's just what competitive is. That's what they tell you. Simulation, everything is pretty much going to boil down to ratings, right? You're not going to be sitting here running a 99-yard damn a punt return with Warren Sapp at kick return. That's not happening. Or you're not throwing 90 yards down the field with a punter at QB. You know what I'm saying? It's just not happening. You know, it's simulation. I'm not expecting Saquon to sit here and run 100 yards untouched on some Barry Sanders. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to have flub ups too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting Jalen Hurts to throw the ball down 70 yards on the dot. You know, he's going to overthrow some passes. That's what simulation is. In this game, on competitive, you are dropping, as a user, so many interceptions, it makes your head spin. I got this looped up for a reason, because I want you guys to understand, like, I'm literally usering these things. I'm using these passes on competitive, right? So, again, his drive is over with, but let's think about all the other times, and you as the viewer or the player, think about the times where you dropped an interception, and then 2 or 3 plays later, he goes back and he scores. And you can't do nothing but sit there and pretty much, stew and steam, from the idea that you knew that if that pick was caught, his drive would have been over with. He wouldn't have that touchdown. If it's 7-0, it would not be 7-up right now. Had them giving you that interception that you usered, that you literally lurked yourself. I lurked this pass myself, right? If I lurk something as a user, you should have all of the incentive to be able to pick it off. Now, I'm not saying if I got a D lineman, or if I got somebody on the defensive line drop back in coverage down, if I lurk it, I should be able to pick it off. No, but what I'm saying is, if I got a safety, or if I got a linebacker back there and I'm literally lurking everything, you throw it straight to me, why would it not be a pick? Why are we going back to the days of now? We're going back to, what's that, Madden 17, Madden 16, where we used to get like a hell of a lot of dropped interceptions? Or probably the other Maddens or dropped INTs were really at an all-time high? Are we really going back to that? I can understand it doing that. I can understand that. Still BS, but whatever. But again, we're still getting these dropped interceptions, and in turn, it's giving the user who is throwing blind passes or throwing terrible passes, whether it's towards you, double coverage, triple coverage, quadruple coverage, whatever coverage that he's throwing into around your defenders, still you are not able to make a pick. But in turn, a little later on down the drive, he is able to score because the game is giving him a second chance, a third chance, if you will. That's not Madden. That's not normal Madden, right? You should not be helping the user. You should not be rewarding bad work, bad controller skills. You should not be rewarding bad reads, because we all know, and say it with me, if the shoe was on the other foot, it would have been a pick for you. Let's just be for real and call a spade here. Dropped INTs on competitive that you use a lurk is unnecessary and it has no place in Madden. If it was on simulation, whatever, that's a totally different argument. But on competitive and I'm user lurking it, come on now. Let's be for real here. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links because you know how I do. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy Jay Divine and I'm signing out. Peace.